with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation. We've been around for about 3 years. And we are also the United States of the world. And we are on a mission to banish poverty. And we should be streaming live in our YouTube channel, in Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance, excuse me, publicly group. And I'm going to be heading there in just a second because that's where we see most comments, and so we can get the interaction going. And it's also, if things go wrong, usually where they go wrong is in the link up with Facebook. So I want to make sure that things are working as they should be. But I see we've got Lewis in from Portugal already in YouTube. And I'm going to head over to Facebook, and when I get to Facebook, I will be looking for the We Share Abundance publicly group, and if Facebook will oblige, come on. When it comes up, I'll be looking for the 28th of May. I want to make sure my speakers are off so we don't get feedback. And so far so good. If I click to it, hopefully it'll bring the comments up, and it does. And we've got Andrew Dean in from New Zealand. Good morning, Andrew. It'll be Monday morning in New Zealand. It's a beautiful day here in the UK. I hope you've got good weather there. And he's letting me know I'm coming through loud and clear. Thanks, Andrew. And we've got Zain in from Pakistan and Raymond in from Papua New Guinea. Wonderful to have people from all over the world joining us. As I said, we are the United States of the world. We welcome people from every country, every continent, every gender, every colour, class, creed, financial status, educational level. None of it matters because we are non-separatist. We don't see those differences. We recognise everybody simply as a member of the human race. We recognise that every member of the human race is unique and so has something unique to offer our community, and consequently is of equal value to every other member in our community, and therefore demands and should be treated with equal love and respect. Okay, we are Sunday here in the UK, so there's not a lot going on in development wise. There's not a lot that I've been doing. I have been going through various things that we need to do. I do have calls booked tomorrow with various entities about development of the Fund Miracles website, and also the transfer of our currency to the Binance blockchain. We'll get both done as soon as we can. Because we've got meetings going on, it just means they're progressing. I can't give you a date for when things will happen, but when they do, it will be a massive improvement over having them on the Waves blockchain. And I'm looking forward also to getting that collaboration advertising campaign with ROI Tips going, which will bring in some liquidity so that we can actually float the tokens with some liquidity once we transfer them to the other blockchain. When I talk about some liquidity, I mean some liquidity. I don't mean total liquidity, which is what we're aiming for. That will take a little bit longer, but as we get liquidity, it will mean that people that are earning commissions can, I mean, they can withdraw now, but sometimes it takes a while for them to get them cashed in because there isn't a massive demand for our tokens at the moment, so they can put them in at a price, and it may take a week, 2 weeks sometimes to sell. Um, we will be correcting that and make it so that when commissions are earned, sales conversion to Bitcoin or USDT or whatever you want to convert to, will be pretty much instant. So that is one of the major improvements that'll be happening with that transfer, but I can't give you a time to do it. Um, we're entering preliminary discussions now on the best way to go about that with experts in that field, and there will be a requirement for some changes in the way that the programming is done within our site. I don't think it should be too drastic. I'm hoping that we can get it done quite quickly, but I don't know. Um, so yeah, I've been booking calls today, and I've also been following the final day of the Premier League to see who's been staying up and going down, and I'm glad that Everton stayed up, purely because I like Sean Dyche, and he's in there as the manager of Everton, been brought in to save them. Um, I'm sorry that Leicester have gone, but somebody has to go, unfortunately. And it'll be interesting to see the newcomers coming. Well, some newcomers, Burnley are bouncing back straight away, but Luton haven't been in the top flight for many, many years, and Sheffield once again and not been in the top flight for quite a long time. So it'll be uh, it'll be interesting to see next season what happens in the football world. Um, and it'd be interesting to see if Sale can sustain their challenge in the rugby world. Okay, that's sport taken care of. It's taken care of our updates as well, pretty much. Um, I don't really have an awful lot to say. If you want to withdraw from Vortic, make sure that you get your withdrawal request in before 7 p.m. London time today. Otherwise, you won't get paid till a week tomorrow. Okay? If you want paying tomorrow, get your request in by 11 p.m. Tonight. Um, if you don't desperately need the cash, don't withdraw it. Compound it. Compounding is going to be your salvation. It's going to be your um, pathway to financial freedom. Um, and with Vortic, you can get started for $50. The information plan is amazing, and you can get started there, but you need a minimum of $2,000 to get started, well, $1,900 to get started, and ideally $2,800. But if you get started before the end of the month and you've only got a couple of days to go now, that will net down to a maximum of $2,000 or $1,500, depending on which plan you opt for. If you can manage the $2,000 plan, which would cost you 2,800 up front, but you're going to get your 800 back uh, pretty quickly, then do it. It will repay you many, 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 many times over. You'll be getting 2,500 or thereabouts every month for life net, without doing any work, without doing any selling, without doing any referring, without doing anything. Every plan you have will return you 2,500, sometimes 3,000 in a month. Maybe some months it'll only be 2,100 or something, but generally speaking, it's going to be between $2,500 and $3,000 a month for a 200,000 funded account, and it's pretty rock solid. It's about as safe as you can get with anything, but you do need to put your hand in your pocket for a larger sum than most of our members or many of our members have. But if you've got it, um, do it and do it well, and you can save that $1,000. If you need to save up and do it afterwards, okay, fine, save up and do it afterwards. It's still a great deal. If it costs you $3,000 and it's making you $2,500 a month for life, um, there isn't anywhere else that I know of where you can get that sort of return pretty much instantly and without any hassle and with the absolute minimum of risk. Um, let's have a look who else we've got in here because a few more people come in. Um, uh, we have Norman from Doncaster and Richard from Devon, both in the UK. Kingsley from Manchester, UK. Kingsley, sir, is there a possibility of grouping all packages in level 1 of Vortic United into one? Okay, that's a good question, and it's one that I asked of support, and they said they couldn't do it. And I got on to Jensen Robles, and he apologised for the delay in getting back to me, but his answer was no, you can't. You can only just upgrade package by package until you get it to the next level, and then work on another package and compound that. You can't. He says there's no way that they can sort of accumulate them all into one. I think it's a great pity, but it's a great plan anyway. Um, and just concentrate on getting one plan up as high as you can, first of all, and then come back and work on the other plans if they've not, what's the word, matured. If they've matured, that's fine anyway. You can then use them to upgrade the other plan that you've already upgraded to the top level or whatever you've got it to. So it's a good question. It's not the answer that I would have liked to have given, but it is the correct answer. And there we go. We've got Richard in here somewhere. I used to live in Leeds, so I know a few people who will be gutted by today's result. Plus, the whole season, Leeds have been very poor. Yeah, Leeds deserve to go down, really, unfortunately. Um, really bad management situation. To have that many managers in one season is ridiculous. Um, I think they're regretting now getting rid of the guy that brought them up from the Championship in the first place, and replacing him with somebody that really didn't have the wherewithal and the experience for the Premier League. Um, however, yeah, there will be a lot of sad people in Leeds, but hopefully they'll find a way to regroup. We've got Syed in from Pakistan. Hello, sir. How are you? Can you please tell me when you launch liquidity pool and when we see how token value go right direction? When we see project is running, when we see withdrawal. I can't give dates on this. Please don't remove, just onto me. No intention of removing it, Syed. But I can't give you dates. The WisAbundance token is pretty stable. It sells at around about $260, which is not as high as we would like it to be, but it is moving. I check it pretty regularly, and there are sales going through every day. Not a lot, but they are going through. We are, as I say, working on getting over to the Binance blockchain, Binance Smart Chain, and at that time, the speed and the value will be better. there will be some liquidity, but it will be limited still. It won't be for everybody to cash in as many tokens as they like. That's going to take quite some time. The first people that are going to benefit as we build the liquidity are the people to whom we owe money for the loans, and then the people that have nest eggs. And following those all being paid out, we will then start to ease the restrictions on the wealth builder. But if you want to make money now, if you want cash now, there are plenty of opportunities to do it through our internal plans, through our staking internally, secondary stake, stable stake, through our poverty crusher plan, very powerful, and through giving away tokens in the SOAP plan, which give people free memberships in the Easy Business Builder. Some people are building big networks now by doing that, getting their people to go out and give their tokens away, earning money. You can withdraw as soon as you've got $10 in your account there. Similarly, you can withdraw in the Poverty Crusher as soon as you've got $10 in your account there. In the Easy Business Builder platform, it's paid out in Wheat Abundance tokens. So you might have to wait a little while before you can actually get them sold. You put them on for sale, and it may take a while. Sometimes they'll sell in a day, sometimes it'll take a little bit longer, sometimes it may take a couple of weeks. Once we get them onto the other blockchain, they will move very quickly. The Poverty Crusher plan pays out in USDT, as do those two staking platforms I mentioned. And so if you want money now, those are all available to you. I can't give you a date on anything specifically. I'm sorry. If I could, I would. Bazina from Edinburgh is in. Just a minute. We've got another question here from Richard. The webinar said you could merge accounts, but when I requested, I was told by support that it couldn't be done. Which webinar said you could merge accounts, Richard? Because I've not seen a webinar that said you could do that. And if I put it on one of my webinars, I need to remove it because you can't. I was hoping that you could, and I have investigated it, but you can't. I don't understand why. Well, Jensen said it's not possible. It is. Everything is possible, but it probably is overcomplicating their systems. I don't know. Right, where are we? Richard again. Is the 8-minute trader worth doing, or is it too demanding on your time? 8-minute trader is a pain in the arse, but we are committed to it for at least until October, when we've been in it for a year. It is demanding on time. When I've got so much else to do, I can't devote a lot of time to it. And you need to be totally concentrated. Tiny mistake, tiny error can be very costly. But it would be worth considering opening an income account to free up your time and guarantee an income. Just a suggestion. Yes and no. We are learning, and we have got some losses to make up and various other things. And originally, we had Gertrude, who was going to be doing the trading for us, which would have been great because she's better at it than I am. But she decided to opt out of that. Maybe because she did take a big hit and a big loss at one time. I didn't blame her for it, and we shouldn't blame her for it, but because these things happen. But maybe it's up to confidence, and she just didn't want to be involved in doing that, and so it has fallen on me. We will find a way. We will find a way. Okay. Well, thanks for your interest and your suggestion. Okay. And we got Deborah in from Southern Alabama, and Richard said the last webinar that was posted. Whose webinar though, Richard? Was it mine or was it somebody else's? If it's mine, then I'm in error. Okay, we normally get started with a short prayer, and we've not had it yet. And then we have a little affirmation. So we're going to do that now. because I got carried away in answering questions and things. So here's our little prayer, and it's to help you find the true path to happiness. Happiness is what everybody seeks. Most people don't know how to find it. You can't find happiness through material gains. No matter how much money you've got, it won't buy you happiness. I'm not saying that it will make you unhappy. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to have a lot of money. But what I am saying is true happiness will not be found from that. You will always be wanting more and more and more. You can never find it through material things. You can only find happiness through loving service to others. And it's a much better route. So that's what our prayer's about. And then we'll have a little affirmation to help us with our non-separatist ideology. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love. Through that love, each member may find the joy of service, and through service, bless each member that they attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their life. Amen. Yeah, if you concentrate on service, loving service to other people, without the thought of reward, the rewards will come. It'll just happen. It's a stress-free, joyous way of living your life, and you'll find that everything that you want and need will flow to you automatically. You start chasing money. It's a hard route. It's stressful, and most people fail. Get out there, share love and abundance, and you'll find your life will change for the better. Okay, and we have that little affirmation as well, which is we are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay. Um, the last webinar that was posted. Okay, I'll take a look at that, Richard, and I'll get back to Jensen if it does say that. I'll see who created the webinar and what's happening and everything else. But I'll look into it. But as I say, I did get a reply from Jensen today. I can actually read it out. Oh no, I can't because it's in this account, and I have to go from this Facebook into the Messenger, and no, I can't do it. Oh, I can find it on here probably. If I can find Messenger on here. What does Messenger look like? Oh, got it. Just a minute. Bear with me. Oh, he's not there. Jensen Robles. Okay. This was his answer to me, but I only got it today. Actually, he answered it on Saturday night at 10:10, but I'm in bed by then, so I got it today. He says, hello, unfortunately, it is technically not possible to combine portfolios. Only possible to upgrade an existing one as soon as minimum amount is reached. And then he apologized. He said, there's a lot of spam here on Facebook, so sometimes the important messages like yours slip. Excuse me for that, because normally he's very, very good at answering questions. But that's it. That's what he says. It's technically not possible to combine portfolios. And that's from the headman. So there's your answer. But I will check out that video and I'll get back to Jensen with it. But I don't think we're going to be able to do it, unfortunately. It's a pity because it would have been an extra enhancement, but it's a wonderful program anyway, Vortic United. And the problem doesn't arise for new members, and it's only those of us that were in long ago, and we were um, investing in smaller portfolio plans just to get the compounding effect. But we'll all get over it. Okay. Vortic is well worth getting into. It's only $50. Scrape it together somehow and then compound all you can until you can get to the point where you are in that top level plan with a $10,000 portfolio, and then continue to compound, but you'll be able to withdraw some cash as well. You'll be able to withdraw cash and it'll keep growing. And once you get to that 10,000 level, you can hit retirement in 34 weeks. If you've got 10 grand now, you want to retire in 34 weeks, put it into Vortic. Boom, it's a done deal. Okay. It's like me, you're struggling to get $10, let alone 10 grand. There you go. There are a couple of new plans out that we're looking at. But I think most of them are a little bit expensive. There is one that's got some low cost options, which might be a good thing. And the way they work that plan, you get paid more at the lower levels, which sounds crazy, doesn't it? But the idea is to get you through into higher levels as quickly as possible. So you can't just have multiple plans at the lower level once you've reached the level that will get you to the next level, if you see what I mean, which you get paid a little bit less but on much more money. So you're making more money, but the percentage is less. But it may work well for our members because you can make a lot of profit initially in a short period of time, which helps you just get up to the next level and work your way through. But it is designed for you to work your way through. It's not designed for you to. You can withdraw it if you want, withdraw it. But what I sent out in the message today was the difference between rich people and poor people. And rich people look at how they can use their money to make more money. Poor people say, "Oh, I've got this much money, so I can buy this, and this," and then all the money's gone. Rich person said, "Okay, I've got this much money. I'm going to use this, and this because this is my priority. I'm going to use this to make more money. What have I got left? Okay, I've only got that left, so I'll have to cut down on this and this and this and just have that." And that's the difference. It's a difference in the way people think. And if you can get that same attitude as the rich people and treat it like a tax, if you like, say, okay, this is my income, whether it's $10, whether it's $100, whether it's $1,000, treat it as that you've got a tax coming out of that, whether it's 10% or 20% or 50%. Set that amount and put it on one side every time to build more income, and you'll get to the point where you will have sufficient income left over because your income keeps growing and growing, even though you're taking out 50% or 60% of your income, putting it back in. You'll be growing so much that what's left, that 40%, is far, far more than you could have ever imagined when you started. And if you can adopt that attitude, you will become wealthy. Not by next week, not by next month. It's going to take you a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years, maybe 5 years. But I can guarantee you that if you adopt that attitude and you pursue it for 5 years, you will never, ever regret having made that change in your lifestyle. Okay. Right, I'll check out that video. Let me see what's going on in the Melon app, see if we've got any comments and questions in there. I know we've got Lewis in. He was in early on from Portugal. And I'm scrolling down and I can't see anybody else in on Twitch or YouTube. Not had anybody else in on Twitch or YouTube for a while. Okay, that's it. So I don't think I've given you the numbers. I can give you the numbers. And then we'll call it a day because nothing else I can do. I'll check out that video as soon as we leave here and I'll find out what's going on with that and then I'll get back to Jensen and I'll get you an answer as soon as I possibly can. Okay, there was also somebody asking what the prop firms pay out in when you're in the information because this person only wanted Bitcoin. And I've tried to get an answer on that, and I don't know what the answer is. I've not got a response yet. But usually, and I can only say this is usually, you get an option of various different coins to be paid in, and Bitcoin is usually one of the options. But I can't guarantee that until I get a concrete answer back. Okay. Numbers. For the first time for a long time, we have a net decrease in our registered members. Talk about a net decrease or net increase because we take people out that haven't logged in for 2 months, but we always get new registrations. So a net decrease means we've had more people that we've taken out than registrations. And if we get a net increase, obviously it's more registrations and people we've taken out. So we have a net decrease in the last 24 hours of 1 to 39,193 registered members. Our active members has gone up by 11 in the last 24 hours to 3,996. And active members are people that are logging in regularly, usually every day. They might miss a day here and there, but usually they're logging in every day. And Multiply Visa, no change in our memberships there, but we did, through logging in, get a revenue share again, which boosted the bonus pool by another $1 to $10,159.32. And those are all the numbers we have for you nowadays. There will be more meaningful numbers about our currency once we get onto the new blockchain, but I can't give you a time for it. I don't know the time span for it. There are a number of variables that affect it. If it was just setting up a new token from scratch, then we could do it within a week. But it's not. And there are other things to be taken into account, and how we build and control the liquidity and lots of other things. So after I've had this discussion tomorrow with this expert, hopefully I'll have some of the answers on that for you. Okay. Okay, I'll check it out anyway, Richard, that video, and we'll see what happens, and I'll see who it is on the video. But the word from the top is it's not technically possible. Okay, so that's all I can tell you. I'll be back same time, same place tomorrow, 7 p.m. on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly, 7 p.m. London time, of course. Until then, I love you all. Get out there, be Weezer Warriors, start giving away some of those soap coupons, help a few people with them, sell a few ad packs, um, do whatever. Get involved in Vortic, get involved in CoinMarketBall. I know these are third-party plans, but they also profit We Share Abundance in general. It is my aim to have um, 4 information plans because that will cover our running costs. Our running costs run around about 10 grand a month, um, and 4 information plans will pretty much cover that, maybe with a bit of extra. And then once we've got that up and done, then we can be looking at doing even more things, possibly with information. It's very solid, possibly with Vortic, um, but we've got those other plans as well. TechMac Trade seems to be going well. I know not many of you are in it, but it seems to be pretty steady. It only pays 5 days a week, but I think it's 1.6% 5 days a week, which is handy. Um, it's 8% a week, isn't it? Which is really good growth. Um, so TechMac Trade, should be in the downline builder anyway. I think it is. I'll have to have a look and check what's in there. Okay, from me, that's it. Get out there, go the extra mile. Until tomorrow. See you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. See you later, alligator. Yeah.